Pretty good, my friend. Pretty good. You've been listening to the conversation, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I just caught the last caller a little bit towards the end.
Okay. So really, I'm talking about what will convince me that Islam is true. There's a verse where it's in the Quran. It says that Jesus mentioned Ahmed to come after him, and so I'm like, okay, I believe everything Jesus said. So if someone can show me where Jesus actually said this, I'd have to believe it. You know.
I mean, but if you don't have every single thing Jesus said, you're never gonna find that out.
Dang. So it's unprovable, huh?
Like a lot of things. Could you prove everything in the Bible?
Yeah, I mean, we have Jesus's words in the Bible. We have the eyewitness testimony and things of this nature. So we know what Jesus said.
I mean, that's hearsay.
Well, it sounds like it's hearsay that Jesus said that Ahmed is coming after him. I'm trying to see if it's not hearsay.
Yeah, but most of the things in the Bible, if you really want to say proof, is hearsay. It's what somebody
Okay.
said.
Okay. Well, that's exactly what the Quran is.
Okay, well, I mean, if you want to go that route, I think at least you can trace the Quran and manuscripts back to at least the time of the Prophet. So I would rather hang my hat on that.
Well, you can't though.
What do you mean you can't? I mean, there's a Quranic
Yeah,
manuscript that goes right back to the time. What do you mean you don't have that?
You do have old manuscripts that are different from what you read today. These manuscripts, like the Sana'a manuscript, Birmingham, are different from what you have.
When you say different as in there's have different verses that mean different things.
Yeah, there are verses that are different. Like not that the words are not the same.
No, I agree.
Words.
I agree.
So how do you trace yours back? How do you know that yours?
Okay, I agree, but no, I agree. But I mean in meaning. For example, like
you got stuff that changes in meaning.
I know, but king and, for example, king and master have two different meanings, but in context they could mean the same exact thing.
No, they can't mean the same thing, but they can both work. It doesn't
exactly.
So it doesn't mess up the theology, but
correct.
It does. They mean two different things, but there is something that like changes theology.
All right. I mean, I read the topic and you say Islam fails me, so I'm trying to find out where is that and how.
You believe that Islam is true, don't you? Why is it? Why do you believe Islam is true?
Sorry, that cut off. I couldn't hear that. What was that?
Well, yeah. Why do you believe Islam is true?
It makes the most sense.
Huh?
It just makes the most sense.
All right. What's one thing
that makes the most sense?
I heard you. What's one thing about Islam that makes sense to you?
I mean, well, God being one.
One what?
I think we all.
I believe. Entity. I believe God is one entity.
Okay, so when you say that, right, you believe when you die, like when you go to heaven, you see one entity.
Yeah, one God. I just believe
so
that
when you die, go to heaven.
The difference between us, because you're a monotheist, I'm a monotheist. The difference between us is that I believe that this one entity consists of three distinct persons. You believe that this entity is only one person.
Okay, so now when you say entity, is it just like a quality, like a
substance? It's a substance. Nature.
Okay, so it's substance. Okay, so when you die and go to heaven, you're going to see three entities with the same substance.
No, I'm going to see one entity with three distinct persons.
Okay, so
when you go to heaven,
you're going to see three distinct.
Yeah, when you go to Jannah, what are you going to see?
Whatever I'm gonna see is gonna be a unity. I would not
You
be able to use the word three to describe it. Yeah, whatever.
well,
I wouldn't be using the word three to describe it.
do you believe that Allah has body parts?
No.
So he doesn't have
As in human body parts? When you
he
say
doesn't
human
have
body parts, no.
does he have hands?
Like human hands, no.
Maybe not human hands, but does he have hands? Like monkeys don't have human hands.
Yeah. And clocks have hands too. So yes, they might be something that Allah can be attributed or described as hands. Yeah, that's possible.
All right, so Allah has hands. Does he have a shin?
Very possible.
And it's not that it's possible. That is the answer is yes. The Quran says that he has a shin that you're going to bow to.
Okay. Okay, so he has a shin. Yeah.
All right. How many hands does he have?
The Quran says two of them, two right hands. Yeah.
Two right hands.
Yep.
You're absolutely right. So,
Yep.
so does it make sense to you that Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth, has two right hands and a shin?
Well, I have no idea how to actually describe that.
You describe it as body.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that's what
I got you.
Himself. From
No
my
worries.
human understanding, I have no idea what it is.
No worries. So this was what, and that's right, Sylv. But this is what I'm addressing. You said that Islam made sense, and I just asked you some basic questions about the nature of Allah, and you said you can't talk about it because it doesn't make sense to you.
No, I said I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't say it didn't make sense.
Yeah, you said you have no understanding of it. That's what you said specifically. So if you don't have any understanding of it, go ahead.
I don't have full understanding of God's being. Makes sense.
Wait, say that last part again. You say you don't have full understanding of God's being, but then you cut out. What'd you say after that?
Full understanding of God's being. I said it's very different from Islam making sense.
Okay,
they're not related.
So the first thing when I asked you about what about Islam makes sense, and the first thing you mentioned was the nature of God, him being one.
Yeah, that's the idea. The idea. Wait, hold on. The idea that God is one in unity. That makes sense to me. There's no separation.
Well, there is a separation.
There you go.
No, but there is a separation. There are these things that come together that make Allah one. The unity. There's a unity of different things and attributes that make Allah one.
Yeah. Well, would you say descriptors of things are like addition, like change the amount of it? That makes no sense to me. Just descriptors. When you describe something,
I didn't say description.
Red.
I didn't say descriptions.
Well, to me, those are descriptions. I look at them as descriptions.
So, for example, is Allah His knowledge?
No.
Right. Can he be God? Can he be God without His knowledge?
No.
Right. So this knowledge is something that is other than Allah, that is a part that makes Allah who He is. Like, so it's not just knowledge.
I don't believe that.
But you just said that. He can't be Allah without His knowledge. So he needs the knowledge, and He is not His knowledge Himself. So knowledge is something that is distinct from Allah. It's not Allah, but it's a part of Him. It's something that it's a part of the whole that makes Him who He is.
Yeah, it's as an attribute.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's an attribute. Like a descriptor of something is not separate from the thing.
Well, you saying it's not separate, it's fine, but it's distinct, right? He is not his
Of course.
he's not his knowledge. Okay. Is he his mercy?
You can bring up any one of his attributes. The attribute itself is a descriptor. It's not him. It's not the essence of Allah itself.
Well, it is, because you just said that he cannot be Allah without his knowledge. So that's part of his essence.
Yes, but the knowledge itself doesn't like live or is not out there somewhere else.
You're right. You're right. It's contained in his essence. It's a part of his essence.
The way I look at them are descriptives. Is very simple. That's my understanding of them. So
isn't it like these like for example, a description of me is I am silly. I'm a silly guy. You know, that's a description, right?
Yeah, that's how I understand.
I can be me without being silly. Like silliness is not the essence of who and what I am.
Yeah, but in God, when it comes to God, all his attributes are part of his essence.
Exactly. That means that all of these attributes are sums of the whole. These are sums of the whole. Like, for example, is his knowledge his mercy? Are they the same thing, or are those two different things?
Knowledge and mercy are two different descriptors.
Boom. So these are two different attributes that are part of Allah's essence. So these are two parts of Allah.
Yes.
Then you go on with love,
but you can
with
be
power.
Okay.
Well, he's not really fully one. He's parts.
Yeah, but like you can be black and silly. You can be black and silly and tall. You're still the same person.
No, me being black is what I am. It's part of my, I'm not me of them.
Exactly. Exactly. Is not your blackness not separated from you.
So just like I have these parts that make me the whole of me, Allah has parts that make him the whole of him.
No, that's not how I understand it.
That's exactly.
Okay, hold on. Right. Okay. So we have
exactly
a different.
How you understand.
Wait. Okay, you can't force that on me. But the point is, this is gonna get us.
You just basically agreed.
This is gonna get us nowhere. When it comes to the topic,
pretty far. You said that Islam makes sense to you, and you talked about the oneness of God.
No, but the topic,
but the oneness of Allah does not make sense to you.
The way I understand it, listen, I might not be able to articulate it but I know how I understand it. It definitely makes sense to me. It's a descriptor. It is not separated from him. You could add a million, actually limitless attributes to it. It doesn't have to be separate from him. It is what it is.
Okay, I think that we need to let this one go. Let me just ask you.
Hold on. Can I ask you a question? No,
not right now. There's a direction I want to go with.
This is right on topic. Trust me. This is right on topic.
You believe that Muhammad is a true prophet?
Yes.
Do you believe that he's a good example to follow?
I'll be okay. I haven't read the Sirah, so to be quite fair, I'm not too knowledgeable of exactly what his life was like. But yeah, from what I know, yes, I believe so.
What are your thoughts on his relationship with Aisha? Do you know about that?
He married her. That was.
He married her. So he married her when she was 6 years old, and then he slept with her when she was 9.
Okay, and what's your point?
I'm asking, what's your take on that? Are you okay with that? He was 54.
Yeah, so what does God say about that? Like what's God's age of marriage? What's the age of consent for God?
I'm just asking, do you're okay with Muhammad, who is a 54-year-old
man? Right now in 2024, no, I'll be honest. It's kind of gonna. It sounds kind of but
it's
I'm not gonna
pedophilic.
sit here in 2024 and think I can put those standards 2,000 years ago. So
right.
It's kind of relevant.
A few. Are you are you African at all, or are you American?
Yes.
You're African. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
I was born here. But I grew up in Africa. Okay. So I'm kind of
Okay. You know about the transatlantic slave trade, right?
Actually, I'm from Gambia. I'm right there on the coast. Yeah, I'm right there.
Oh wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, do you believe that was wrong? Them kidnapping Africans from their homes and their tribes and their lands and forcing them, bringing them to Europe and the Americas and forcing them to.
Of course. I mean, of course, the African tribes slaving other African who was wrong. I mean, this thing was happening all over the place.
Wait, but hold on a second. How can you say that was wrong now when that was a few hundred years ago in their time? In their time, everyone was doing it. How can you say that they were wrong?
Okay. Now, just like you asked me about Muhammad, I said right now in 2024, it does feel kind of wrong to me. But if you're asking me, is it objectively wrong? No, I can't actually say that.
Right, because you're saying because of culture and time, right?
Correct. So,
okay.
For example,
we have a perfect example. The transatlantic slave trade. You're saying that is it objectively wrong, or is it just wrong in your own opinion?
Right now in 2024, it's wrong. If I went all the way back then,
that doesn't answer my question. Was the transatlantic slave trade objectively wrong? It's wild. Wild that you gotta think about it. But I think that you're doing this because you know where this is going.
Was the transatlantic slave trade objectively wrong with it?
But this is what Islam does to you, man. Islam makes you think about if the enslavement of your own people was okay or not. Wow. No, why would I do that? Why?
Slow down.
I need.
I gotta make emotional conclusions. Relax. I feel it was wrong. Doesn't mean it was objectively wrong, unless there's something from God that says they couldn't do this. That's the only way I can link it to it being objective. So technically, no, I can't objectively say it was wrong. I can feel like it was wrong.
Do you believe that? Do you believe? I don't know if this even on YouTube this gets flagged, but do you believe? So you don't know if the transatlantic slave trade was objectively wrong. Got it. Do you believe that? Do you believe a man molesting a child is objectively wrong?
Repeat that.
Do you believe that an adult molesting and sexually abusing a child is objectively wrong?
Yes.
Show me in the Quran where it says that.
Where you shouldn't do harm. Okay.
No.
I'm not.
Where it's wrong to molest a child.
That's harm.
Huh?
Isn't that harm?
Is it? Show me where the Quran
says.
You
shouldn't harm innocent people. You shouldn't harm innocent people. So everything falls under that.
Where does the Quran say that? Oh, okay. Everything falls under that. So do you think that a 54-year-old man getting with a 6-year-old girl and sleeping with her at 9, you don't think that that's doing harm to her?
Well, I have no idea.
Really?
No idea.
If you saw a 54-year-old man right now holding hands with a little 9-year-old,
Yeah.
And you knew what he did. You knew what he was doing. You wouldn't think that he's causing harm?
You keep pressing this point, but I've already given you an answer that
you haven't given me
basically answered you. you is it objectively wrong? No. So feel about it actually doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really.
Got it. So pedophilia is not objectively wrong, you guys. It's only wrong to certain people.
Wait. Slow down.
It's not objectively wrong.
Wait. Slow down. What is God? Yes.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What makes something objective?
So when something is wrong, regardless of opinion, generation, era, time, when something is wrong objectively, or when something is just wrong, period. Now, there are things that do you believe, like you're a Muslim, so you believe in the position of natural disposition, right? Fitra, right?
When it comes to belief, yes.
So there are certain things that you just know automatically. Like you don't like, for example, an atheist doesn't believe in God, but an atheist knows that, for example, murder is wrong. Right?
Okay. I mean,
you presume
so. I would hope so. I mean,
well, the answer is yes. There's, an atheist even knows that is wrong.
Well, the way I understand fitra doesn't have to.
We have an atheist here. We have an atheist here. He's an atheist.
Yeah, well,
and he even says it. It's on the screen.
Well, my understanding of fitra is when it comes to belief.
This is all about belief. Your morality, all of this comes from belief. All of these characters that you have within yourself and this stuff that works in your mind, what you know automatically, it's part of your fitra, your natural disposition. You know that God exists. You know you have a sense of morality. You know that certain things are right and wrong. You know certain things are true and false just automatically because God has put that in you. Okay? With that being said, you do not need to believe in God in order to know what is right and wrong. This is actually an evidence to objective morality, that even an atheist can say something is objectively wrong. Here's the point, though. An atheist can't justify it. They can't justify how something is objectively wrong, but we can.
Yeah, I get that.
Right. So,
okay. So if
you don't need a book. You don't need a book to tell you that molesting a kid is wrong, objectively.
Yeah, you don't. But unless, all right, Muhammad's sleeping with Aisha still doesn't really not make Islam not make sense. Like you've pivoted to another topic, really. Islam still makes sense.
We're on Islam making sense to you. So does it make sense? Because Muhammad's the prophet of Islam that you have to follow and believe in. You believe that your prophet, it makes sense to follow a prophet who had relations with the little girl?
Okay, so whether that happened or that didn't happen doesn't change the religion in any way, form, shape. So I don't get. Yeah,
well, I'm asking you, do you believe that the best example for mankind, the prophet that you're supposed to follow, would do something like
that? Okay, I believe that it is possible for God to decide when it's okay for a man to sleep with, or to decide when a young girl becomes a woman. I believe God can decide when that is. If God says it's when the girl hits puberty, then that's objectively true.
I got you. So what about before she hits puberty? What about before she hits puberty?
Before she hits puberty, if God says that's a child, then that would be
that is a child. Regardless, it's a child.
No. It depends. You can't define a child for people 2,000 years ago.
This is incredible. So where we're at is that
trust me.
You need a book to tell you anything. You need a book to tell you what a kid is, what a child is. That's where we're at with you.
Well, you tell me. Okay,
this is what Islam does. This is what Islam does. You can't go against. Hold on, dude. I'm just addressing the audience really quick because this is something important. This is what Islam does to you. It makes you now, when you get in Islam, you can't say if the slavery of the Africans, the forced slavery and labor, kidnapping them and stealing them from their homes, forcing them to work and build the country, you can't say whether or not that is wrong in Islam because it'll cut your religion. You can't say if a grown man molesting a child is wrong because it'll cut your religion. You have to now give gray areas to these things, and you have to now give leeway to these things. This is why Islam, number one, has failed you, my brother, and this is why Islam is dangerous, because this is what it does to the people who follow it.
Yeah, all right, let's be real. Let's be real.
This dude, anybody that's arrested for abusing a child, he can't go against that. He can't. It's in his religion.
You believe Jesus is the God of the Old Testament, don't you? Like, how could you be throwing stones? Come on, bro. Like, what do you mean?
All right. And that guy's gone. But he served his purpose. His purpose was to show the mindset of a real Muslim. He served his purpose. He served his purpose. Let's see. Do we got any people here on TikTok? Any Muslims here on TikTok? I think I've gone long enough too, by the way. We're at 2 hours, so I got a couple more guests in me. Winged Point, do you think your sound is good now? Can you hear me? I can't hear you at all right now, but can you hear me though? All right, so you can hear me. That's good.